got stuff on tape.
We was discussing one guy telling something on the other.
You telling on Dean?
Dean wasn't telling on nobody either. Somebody done him a favor with telling him some guy turned him in.
Did you guys stick up for each other when you were kids?
Stick up for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, more or less Dean stuck up for me more than I did for him. There wasn't nobody mess with Dean. Dean and Rocky if he was a full-grown adult when he was 3. Or clubby. I told you.
Eddie always said, my uncle would come at you with the crowbar.
Who told you?
Eddie. He used to tell me before I even met Dean, Dean acts like California's just around the corner. And you better watch it because he'll come after you with a crowbar if you piss him off too much.
Baseball bat, club, or axe handle, you get it, I got it.
Well, I know somebody he would never jump on.
Who?
Daddy.
I did one thing.
Huh?
I did a couple times.
He told me,
I hit him with that chair that night.
yeah, that's when you hit with that chair and then you run, didn't you?
No, I didn't run, didn't have to. He fell. He was chasing me with the knife and everybody swung around with the chair and come back. I told him, I said, you can cut me with the knife, I guess I can hurt you with the chair. That's when our fighting stopped then after that.
No, I figured Dean was big enough to put a hurting on him. Well, Eddie said too, Jim would stick anybody with the knife, just pull his knife.
One time, me and Roy used to go wrestling all the time. We got in a fight on the bus. We knew all the bus drivers by name. And the bus driver just kept on going. We used to do the fighting. So the next day, me and Roy was still in bed. Mom got a phone call. One of her sons was all right. Mom said, yes, I guess, the rest of them in bed. One of my boys got his thumb broke, the other got his nose broke. I don't know, she went through a whole rigmarole. Danny and Gary Kirk whipped her ass on the bus. And their mom was calling her. We went over to the park one time when we first moved to Columbus. Slug Bernhardt busted him in the mouth.
I was down too on my knee, remember?
Yeah, they had it. We never knew what a golf ball was.
We never
seen one.
It wasn't on TV.
It was a baseball
Right.
diamond. It was a baseball diamond. They dug a hole in the baseball diamond and they was knocking a golf ball around. Well, Roy, I was off in the woods with my knife and my hatchet and stuff doing my thing. Roy was over there looking around. He looked down that hole to see what they were putting down in there. And that one boy busted it. Anybody put tooth in?
Busting my tooth clear out, yeah.
And I seen that happen. So I was like, you son of a bitches. So I come running. And they started running for home. And they was making it to the door. And I threw that knife of mine. Oh, I threw it a long ways. And it stuck right in the door when they closed the door. So I never went to get my knife. I left it there. I went back and got Roy and we went home. And we never said nothing too much to Daddy or anybody. But they didn't even know it yet, did they?
Huh?
They didn't even know it when they come to the house, did they?
Didn't know what?
I left my knife up there.
Who, Daddy?
Yeah, we never told them. When we did something wrong, we got to fight or something. We just kept to ourselves. Anyhow, the door, somebody knocked on the door. And here was Slug Bernhardt, and Wayne Herron was the other boy's name. And Slug Bernhardt's dad come to the door, knocking on the door. Well, I bought
Aaron's dad.
Yeah, and I bought Mom a set of little green ducks. It's about this high, knick-knack ducks. And she had one on each end table on the couch. We was all sitting in there, and he knocked on the door, and I answered the door. He said, is your name Bailey? And I, yeah. He said, well, I got something that belongs to one of your boys. And I said, well, you better give it back to him then. It belongs to him. And he pulled that knife out. And that's when Daddy wanted explanations. And I told him exactly what happened. Roy did too.
I didn't know you slept in the door.
And he said, the old man was getting kind of rough, you know. And Daddy said, well, it sounded like to me that you boys couldn't handle what you got into. He said, my boys never said a word. They went to play when they got home. He said, but I'll tell you what, Roy. And Roy's tooth was busted in. Daddy said, you take that duck and you put it in that boy's mouth, and I'm taking this duck and I'm putting it in that man's mouth. Right?
They left it.
They left the knife too. They left my knife there too and took off.
Bet you never had problems with them again, did you?
We didn't have no too much trouble. They had to try the hillbillies on the block for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole crowd jumped on me one time down at
Well, the same thing they
the
done.
dairy bar.
Yeah. Same thing they done to me.
You know who I had to fight with? Whitey Stewart. They was all scared to death of him.
Oh yeah. I done that in Johnstown with that Bill Chuck. I got after him, buddy. He run. He run up the
You
street.
know, I don't know that I really whooped him, but I hit him and he never did get me hit. They said he was really a good boxer, and I could box a little bit myself.
Did your mom ever whip you guys?
No, not too much.
Slap your hand with a knife.
She wasn't out to slap you.
Oh.
If she was peeling potatoes or something, we done something wrong with the butcher knife. Side up. You been hit like that.
Daddy told her, never slap us in the face.
Yeah, he didn't
And
ask
he
me to slap
said,
the
he
face.
said, that's an insult to a man. Here I was this tall and Roy this tall. That's an insult to the man. You can't do that, supposed to do that. He didn't allow her to pull your ears or pull your hair or anything like that. He said, if you get a belt or you get a whip off that tree out there, you whip her ass all you want to. But don't use insult her.
She was easy. She was easy.
Yeah, we never really give her no
She'd
trouble.
cry if we done anything really.
She'd cry when we got a whipping too.
Huh?
She'd cry when Daddy whipped us the way he did.
Well, he whipped the piss out of us.
What about the girls? They ever get whipped?
Once, Sissy did once.
Nothing like we did.
But she got whipped after I left home. Lost a $5 bill, didn't she?
That was down at Shorty's.
She was going to Shorty's and took the $5 bill and lost it all the way down it. Hell, if I'd had a $5 bill, I'd been home.
And she was crying, and Shorty still went ahead and give her what she needed. Whatever
They
she
found the
wanted.
$5 later, didn't she?
I don't know if they did or not. I don't remember that, but I know Shorty gave her whatever.
She never did bring me to.
Whatever she went to the store to get. There was a guy named Shorty that owned it. He didn't have legs.
I was already going.
He rode around in a box. Had roller skate wheels on it. He rode a motorcycle. He drove cars, but he didn't. And he had a ramp. He come up that ramp and he set up the cash register all day. Anyhow, he gave her back whatever she went there to get from mommy and daddy. He gave it to her, and she took it back. And she told Daddy about it, and Daddy whipped her for losing that $5 bill.
She's the only one I haven't met.
The girls. I don't think the girls.
I haven't met Barbara. That's sis, right?
That's Sissy.
I've met Brenda
I told
and Mary Lou.
I told Amy one the other day about that.
Jeff got a whipping one time, and Brenda got mad about it.
Yeah. 'Cause they said it was
I never
nice.
met Jeff either, but I talked to him on the phone.
You remember what their
He was
apartment?
a baby.
Remember that apartment we lived in down Fifth Avenue in Huntington?
Yeah, that's where I learned.
Had one bathroom on each floor. You remember that? Everybody on that floor used the same bathroom.
I was just talking about
Don't
that.
you remember me locking the door and going out and climbing down that tree?
Yeah. Leaving the bathroom locked. Yeah.
Oh, I just pulled some shit now.
We lived in the apartment house up on the second floor. There was a tree about this big around growing up there. He went there, used the bathroom, locked the door, went out the window and down the tree. Nobody could get in. I was just talking about that the other day.
What?
Yeah, because Eddie come over and brought the girls over. And I don't know what night it was.
The electric was out, I think. What?
Huh?
Oh, a couple nights ago. Didn't they
Yeah.
come over? Yeah.
Well, anyway, Mackenzie, you know Mackenzie's a real good student. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah.
So I said to her, I said, Mackenzie, are you going to be valedictorian? She's sophomore. She said, no, Papa. I said, this one girl's got it perfect. She's perfect. She said she never gets to do nothing because she's trying. She wants to be valedictorian and she's going to make it. See, she's got real high too.
Oh, I know.
There's
She's
4 or
got
5
higher
right there
than
together.
she's got higher than 4.0.
Yeah. So she said, let me show you something, Papa. She said,
I learned that one time too.
do you know what that is? I said, yeah, that's Mackenzie. I said, when did you learn to do your alphabet? She said, I don't know anymore. I just know my name. I said, let me show you something. So I showed her. And there was a deaf mute guy, and his wife lived in those apartments.
Oh, yeah, I know what you
I
mean.
was 9 years old. His name was Crawford and Josie. I remember that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'd go down on the porch because we lived in an apartment house. We lived clear in the top, in the back, and they lived up front of us, didn't they?
Yeah.
In two apartments up there. Anyway, we go down and sit on the porch, and they'd want to talk, and I couldn't talk because they couldn't speak. They were deaf mutes. So they taught me my alphabet when I was 9 years
Oh,
old.
they did.
Yeah. So then she sat there and she said something else about. I said, let me see if you can do. That's surprised. That really surprised me.
So many years.
I said, let me show you something. She said, what? I said, see if you can do this. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, Y, X, W, P, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, M, L, K, J, I, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. She said, you can say them both ways. My grandma taught me 5 years old.
She did.
And multiplication tables when I started first grade, the 12s. I knew them in the first grade when I went to school.
Wow.
They wanted to double promote me, but I was a real little guy. You know, I was little when I was little. I was littlest one probably.
I was the mean one, right? And them people that he's talking about talking the ABCs that way, they lived in the front apartment. And Daddy didn't know how to get a hold of them one time. What was there? Something wrong with the apartment or something? Fire! And he blows smoke through the keyhole. They open the door, run over top of it.
Because they couldn't hear him.
Right, he
but
thought
they
they
could
see it.
smell that
They
smoke.
see that smoke
Yeah.
coming through the door.
What did he
Yeah.
want for? What was he wanting?
There was something wrong. And there's something he had to have it for.
I remember that now that he
And he blew that smoke through there, and they opened the door and run out the door, thought it was a fire. They run plumb over top of him. Him standing out there. Yeah, I had, when I was in the 3rd grade, and I got promoted to the 4th, the teacher, it was a teacher in the 3rd,
On trial.
her daughter got double promoted to the 5th to get her away from me.
Oh.
Because I'd whip her ass. She does something I didn't like, I'd whip her ass. Mrs. Rucker, never forget her.
Did you get promoted too?
Yeah, I got promoted to the 3rd grade, 4th grade. She went to the 5th.
Was that girl older than you?
No, she's the same age as me. But don't you remember what happened?
She got her down that cold.
She got up there to Mrs. Saunders, and Mrs. Saunders sent her back to the 4th grade, said she wasn't smart to be double money.
Oh
And
man.
that really pissed her off. Oh, I didn't get her down in that. I got cold and it rained in that cold, and I got her little white dress all black. What really pissed her off first time, I was in.
She whipped every kid in school.
Oh, she
I was
did.
in
She
the third-
yeah, because her mother.
Because her mom was the teacher.
I was in the 3rd grade. We was in the 3rd grade, and they had this little Christmas play every year, and they had them little school chairs, you know, no sides or anything, with just little spikes there, and they'd line them up down there, and you sat when in turn you'd get up and say your little speech to the audience. So her daughter sat right in front of me. I got up and said my little piece, and I come back and I sat back down. She got up and went and said her little piece, and when she come back and sat down, I took my feet, looked at her chair, I pulled her chair out. Everybody out there was laughing. Jesus Christ. Mrs. Rucker, she was losing her mind. She didn't like me. No.